Opening in October is going to be the Nordstrom store. Look at the incredible job they've done so far. This is all on the ground level of 3 buildings on Broadway where the Nordstrom store is going to be also. Now, this particular building that has the red brick, they gutted the building and they kept the facade as per the city. And they're putting up this beautiful store on the inside. Now, my theory, as I've mentioned in other videos, is the buildings right next door, though they're not public about it, I think they're going to use like the top few floors for the Nordstrom floors. I meant the bottom few floors. My guess is if you look at night, you'll end up seeing right where the edge of the red brick building is, all the lights are always off for the buildings next door, up until like about the 10th floor or so. And I think what they're going to do is they're going to use both buildings as kind of like a store for, like one big store for Nordstrom, along with the brand new building they're putting up right next door. But this is really just to show everyone in New York and the world the extent of the work so far. Because in October they're going to open it up. And it looks like they're on target and they're going to open it up. And you can even look at this other building right next door too. You can see a lot of the lights are off. And I bet they're preparing it for later on. Closer look at this exquisite work they've done on the buildings. Close attention to detail. Now, you might look at that work that's there on the building that is actually formed concrete. So they didn't skimp on that. That took a lot of work to make it look like the original. And I'm sure they had to go through a lot of permits and reviews as to how they were going to do that. You can look at how it conforms to the way the building actually is. It was a lot of work to put that in. It was not easy. You can see even here with this building that they repurposed, they put a lot of work into this building also for the Nordstrom store. Though this is the Nordstrom store that's going to open in October, right across the street at 3 Columbus Circle, they opened up the men's store. Now it's both on the first floor and on the second floor. They've really gone all out. I think if they had their choice, they would have had the entire floor of the entire building, but they were a little bit delayed in taking up the lease because a drugstore has the other half of the building, but Nordstrom, the men's store, has half of the building on both the first and the second floor. You can see what a great job they're doing. And part of having one of these stores like this is the marketing. To be able to say you're there. That's key. You can see here the rest of this beautiful men's store. Now, this is the part of the store that is newly built. Part of this big, tall tower that's here. And as I mentioned, my theory is they're going to take like the bottom 10 floors of this building and make it into Nordstrom also. That's just my theory. It would make sense because the neighbor, which is also part of Nordstrom, would be right next to the buildings. You can see this beautiful building that the Nordstrom store is going to be in.
Oh, yeah.
October 24th is when Nordstrom plans to open up. What a great thing for New York. What a great location for Nordstrom too.